Good morning, comrades. Check out this meme. In a juxtaposition between current events and the Star Wars Andor, we see two lines. I've known him my whole life. And the second line, people fail. That's our curse. As children, our parents were so much bigger than us, and stronger than us, and smarter than us. To ours, they were an analog of the divine. They were like gods on earth. And then in our childhood or our adolescence, we saw them as mere humans. But that instinct remains, that instinct to look at certain authority figures as quasi-parents, as quasi-messiahs, quasi-gods come to save us. When I was a little boy, I was told Ronald Reagan was the Messiah. When I escaped a Christian cult and began thinking for myself, I hoped that the Democratic Party was the solution. After seeing Democratic majorities thrown away, I was turned on to progressivism. And then I learned of being a lefty. I learned of Marxism. I learned of Lenin. I learned of Mao and others. And as I looked behind me, I saw that on the metaphoric rungs of the ladder of education and evolution, there were many people who appeared to be leftist in word, but indeed they were defenders of capitalism and the status quo. If you are the 1%, the status quo is hunky-dory. But if you are of the 99%, or if you have empathy, if you are something other than suffering from a cluster B personality disorder, and you have empathy, then the status quo is cancerous. It is degenerative. It is toxic. We can never know whether those who seem to be helping us on our path of evolution are reliable or will betray us. So we can give people the benefit of the doubt, and when their actions or their words show us who they really are, we can access the flexibility and the courage to listen and make appropriate choices. That courage, that flexibility, that empathy is a byproduct of cooperating with our own autonomic nervous system. The easiest way to do that is to set aside at least 5 minutes once every 12 hours to watch as we breathe in and rest as we breathe out, though it might be interesting or boring or glorious or grotesque. Like any other workout, it does have its benefits. And then when we peel our tuchus off of our meditation cushion, we can take action. Yes, we can continue to educate ourselves, but we can also take action. Financially, we could support these 5 California commies. If you live in the Golden State, you can vote for these bad boys. You can learn from the, Peace and Freedom Party, and maybe found your own version in your state. We can take action. We can spend the remainder of our lives and our talents creating a better future for others.